change, I really couldn't say. In this life there's nothing certain, except the curtain that rises to the stage. Silly games of second guessing, I just forget the lessons that I couldn't learn. Because one street over there's a life I could have known that would have kept me from the one I had today. Times gone by, I've traded like dirt into clay. I thought my memories would end. One train over's now 1,000 miles away. When I close my eyes, I'm back to where I've been. In this life there's nothing certain, except the curtain that rises to the stage. Silly games of second guessing, I just forget the lessons that I couldn't learn. Because one street over there's a life I could have known that would have kept me from the one I had today. I took a walk one street over from my home, cracked and broken asphalt everywhere. I could have ended up just like that broken road, with a dead end in my path. Thank the Lord that I've got more than that. In this life there's nothing certain, except the curtain that rises to the stage. Silly games of second guessing, I won't forget the lessons that I don't deserve. Because one street over there's a life I could have known would have kept me from the one I love today.
All right, good morning. You are tuned into 1100 WSGI. This is Lee Marie with One Street Over, filling in for U-Turn Laverne. I'm so glad you all have joined us. Let's go to the Lord in prayer. Heavenly Father, thank you for the gift of this new day. Please fill our minds with peace, our hearts with courage, and our words with kindness. Please guide our decisions, strengthen us through our challenges, and help us walk with the wisdom and grace. Let us be a source of encouragement and blessing to everyone we meet. Thank you for your angels of protection over us, our homes, our loved ones, our workplaces. Thank you for opening doors that are meant for us and for giving us patience for the things that are still unfolding. We cancel all the enemy's assignments on us. No evil formed against us shall prosper. May we not be ruled by fear, distraction, or frustration, but by faith, clarity, and purpose to align with your perfect will. Remind us that your mercy is new every morning and that you are with us. Please bless this day with favor, productivity, your joy, your peace that passes all understanding. And please take this show where you want it to go. In the mighty and matchless name of our Lord and Savior, Jesus, amen. All right, we got Abigail in the house. So excited because, boy, I love our veterans. And Abigail is from the Veterans Service Office. How you doing today, Abigail?
I'm okay.
All right, let me turn your mic up a little bit. I'll get the mic right in front of you. All right, well, so much is going on, huh?
I know. July's a big month.
It is. And for those of you that don't know, once a month, the VSO comes in and gives us a great update. And this is something you are going to want to share, of course, with all your veteran friends, but, also those people that are just, support systems for our veterans, because the more in the community who know about all this, the better. And oftentimes, you're going to be living next to a veteran, or you have a veteran in your family, and they haven't maybe even been to the VSO office, or they don't even know, and they think, oh, well, we're going to reserve that for people who really need it, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, no, we need to make sure that they're getting the services. So please share this show. We're live on Facebook. We're live on YouTube. Of course, we're live on the radio, also on the WSGI phone app and WSGI1100.com. So your friends got to have something in that line, right? So please share this show, and then stay tuned after this show, because it's Wednesday. You know what that means. The Go Show, your source for information, inspiration, and always dates to add to your calendar. So I'll be staying the 2 hours with you. And after Abigail leaves, I'll be continuing with all things Robertson County related, as far as things to do, places to go. But right now, I'm super excited to find out what Abigail has to say. So where do you want to start, Abigail?
Well, I have the American Legion calendar here, but I also was thinking to maybe talk about appeals with VA. I think that's something that doesn't get a whole lot of attention. And it can be a source of confusion. So maybe we could talk about that.
That's a great idea, because I hear a lot of times when people, even with other medical things, they'll say like, oh, well, I was denied. There's always appeals.
Exactly. There's a way forward. So it's definitely important to discuss sometimes. And just a little reminder, maybe. And with that, appeals is always better with help and easier. So come see us, please.
Well, that's a good point, because you guys have been through the process. So like, well, what you need to do is you need to take this path, right? So you guys have been through that appeal process so much. So don't just appeal on your own. Go to the VSO and have the appeal masters help you.
Well, there's a proper way to appeal. So, like, veterans would be like, I got denied. And then they don't know the path forward, or they don't know the correct path forward. So it's important to at least ask for guidance and come ask for help, because we can get that representation. We can look at what happened. We can decide or help you choose the best path forward.
All right. So do you want to, anything else on appeals, or you want to go straight into the calendar?
Well, I can describe more of how the appeals process works if you want.
Yeah, let's do that.
Sure. So the way appeals work, now, when a claim is filed, VA generates a decision after a few months of processing, right? And if it's an original claim, they're going to come back with whatever that decision is. Now, if it's denied, don't get heartbroken. There's appeals. So there's what we call local appeals, and that would be when you appeal to the local level. That's what we would consider the VA regional office. And that regional office being local, ours is in Brentwood. But there's specific appeals that can go directly to that source, and that would be if you have new evidence, then there's a supplemental claim. You're supplementing with new evidence. Usually that's what we have to go for, because usually it's denied because something was missing. They need certain piece of information in order to grant a claim, and usually something from there is missing. That's what we go and look for. Is there something missing? The other type of appeal to the local level is when they make a mistake. It's called a higher level review. That's only used when there is an error in fact or law with VA. That's something else that we can review when we go and look at what happened. And it's important to know what facts and law is. A lot of veterans just want to disagree, and that's not enough to do a HLR, high level review. So you have to have a clue what the law is, and that's why it's important to ask for help. When the regional office truly gets it wrong, or there's something that's kind of above them in a sense, we have to take it to the next step up, which would be the Board of Veterans Appeals. And this is when you get into what it really is, the appeals process. And that's appealing to the board is going above the RO's head, the regional office's head. Because that's when you go to a judge. And it's not court necessarily. It's not the court system. It's you can request a hearing to the board, and you can have a chance to give testimony to face to a judge. And that can be really helpful because sometimes when we truly don't have enough information for the regional office to get it, speaking to a person that's a little more personal, the veteran feels like they have a chance to discuss it, if that makes sense. So the board is important for that. The issue with that appeals process is just the time it takes. There's only so many veteran law judges out there to do these board appeals. And so those hearings take a few years to get on the schedule.
Wow.
So you're looking at a 3 to 5 year process thereabouts to actually get the hearing and get it all done and completed. So that's the hearing review lane. There's also a Board of Veterans Appeals process that's for new evidence, like the other one I mentioned. And then there's one that's simply a review of what's there, which is similar to the local higher level review. But it's just to review if there's been any errors that were made. So there's 3 board options, and then there's a couple of regional office options.
Okay, and I know that sounds, long for some of you, like, oh, a year or this or that, but really that time goes fast. And just get into the VSO ASAP, and you'll be surprised at how
it can go fast, yeah, for sure, because there's once it's in there, you're in there, It's just going to, in the background process, and you're going to go about your life. But the benefit of doing that when it's needed, obviously going to the board is going to be our last resort. We want to get it right on a local level. But if we go to the board and it takes time, they're still going to backdate that. So
okay, good point.
So when they backdate, they're going to give back pay.
Okay.
And that's important to know that it is worth it in the end to go about that and do that.
Wow. So that's good to know. Very good.
Definitely.
Awesome. And so right straight off, let's give you the phone number for VSO, because if some people are tuning in right now,
Absolutely.
How do they get a hold of you?
Yep. So our phone number for the office is 615-382-6506. That's 615-382-6506. Give us a call, please, or, call us and schedule an appointment if you've never been before, or we're open for walk-ins on Wednesday, and we'll be there today.
What are your hours?
We are there from 8 to 4:30, 5 days a week, Monday through Friday.
Okay. Excellent. Very good. All right. So calendar, you want to do calendar now?
Sure.
Okay.
Okay. So the American Legion calendar for July, let's see. I guess the first thing in July is going to be the 4th of July. The parade in Greenbrier is happening.
And are they going to be in that, or are there any?
The American Legion is planning to be in it. Yes.
Okay. Is that? I know Sheila Bird is on a float. Is she representing the American Legion? I imagine she might be, because I know she's part of it.
Right? I'm not sure she's on the float, but she will have a booth at the picnic.
Okay. Well, I know she's in the parade because she asked me if I wanted to go in the parade with her. So I know she's in the parade. I just wasn't sure, because she's involved with, my father's house, and
Sure.
she's got her cooking show and she's got her counseling. So I wasn't sure what hat exactly, but I imagine it's probably the American Legion, because I don't know. Have you got to see her American Legion Freedom Steppers yet?
Not yet, but that's
Oh, they are so good. They're going to be performing, I think, 3 or 4 numbers at that Greenbrier event. It's going to be, I think, right after the parade.
Oh, that's awesome.
So I think maybe around 10:30 or 11. And it's all patriotic songs, but very specifically patriotic, supporting our military.
Okay.
And 2 of the songs she wrote. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Because David is a Vietnam vet, and so, the songs are just amazing. So y'all got to come out. I know there's so much going on for the 3rd and the 4th, but yesterday, actually, we had on the Greenbrier Historical Society. And so they were talking about all this stuff on the 3rd and the 4th. And, it's true, like there's so many, Cross Plains and Ridgetop and the city of Springfield. I mean, there's so much because, hey, 250 is huge. But I know I'm going to be hanging out in Greenbrier. Anyways, I digress.
Absolutely.
You can go ahead back to the American Legion calendar.
Let's see. The regular member meeting for the American Legion is on the 7th. That's Tuesday. That's their regular membership meeting.
And that's once a month, right? Mm-hmm. All veterans are invited to that, and current military as well.
Yep. So if you want to join and whatnot.
And what time is that?
The meeting starts at 6:30, but they have social time beforehand for
starting at 6 or
5:30.
Oh, 5:30. Okay, so 5:30 starts social, 6:30 starts the actual meeting, and is that every last Tuesday? What is that? The 11th would be second, probably.
That would be the first Tuesday.
Oh, first Tuesday. Okay. All right. So every first Tuesday is, the 7th. Okay. I thought you said the 11th. So every first Tuesday is the American Legion meeting over there, right there where the beautiful, at the post. Oh, goodness. We drove by yesterday because.
See the mural?
Yes.
It's beautiful.
I had one of my sisters was in town for the first time, and so she and her husband is a Vietnam vet, and so they were in town for the first time, and I got to the first stop was Springfield Memorial Gardens, because I had to show him where we had put his name on the wall. So that was super exciting. And God bless Ken Gamble. Thank you, Ken, so much. He came out and met us there.
Oh, wow.
To congratulate Ron and to get a picture with him there. And so super, super cool. Ron was just so happy about that. And so, so he got to talk with Ron. They got to, look, there's a big map at the memorial. They got to, point and show like all the different places they were stationed. And I think that's always cool to, be able to share that with, the two veterans. And actually they were both Navy. So that was pretty cool. But
stuff in common.
yeah. So I forget why, what did you say that made me think of that? Oh, the mural. So anyways, so then afterwards we were driving by the post and I said, look over there, both sides, there's two sides of it. Beautiful mural. I mean, and what a great photo op, people can stop there and get photos. So if you have not seen the murals yet over at the post, you definitely need to go by there because it's beautiful work.
They're gorgeous. When they dedicated them on, what was it, Veterans Day last year?
Yeah.
And it was really special to get to see.
Definitely. Okay, so that was the post meeting, and then what's next?
Next, let's see. Every Wednesday is the Healing Art Therapy. Mott Haven Cultural Arts sponsors that. All materials from them.
What time is that? Do you have?
It's every Wednesday at 1 p.m.
Oh, 1 p.m. Okay, every Wednesday. So now is that the thing that is veterans and first responders?
Yes, veterans, first responders, and spouses.
So, okay.
That would include surviving spouses.
So can you talk a little bit about what they do there?
Yeah, so art therapy is a super cool way to process emotions and whatnot. And so this is something that Mott Haven likes to, they sponsor this. So they come out to the Legion Post, and it's truly, it's completely free. No cost to join in, just to show up, honestly.
So they don't need to bring any materials or anything?
It's fully sponsored. And they do all kinds of things, like crafts, or truly like painting, like artwork. They do metal work sometimes, leather work. It just depends on what the day is. So it's just like, come on in and see what we're doing today,
Okay. So what have you seen some of their finished projects? I've
seen some of the paintings because they'll put them up at the post. So on the interior of the post, they'll hang them on the walls and whatnot.
Nice. Okay, so that's 1 p.m. every Wednesday.
Every Wednesday.
Okay, how many people come to that? Is it a pretty big crowd, or do you know?
I'm not sure exactly. we do walk-ins on Wednesday at the office, so
Oh,
I've
yeah,
not
yeah.
been
You
able
don't
to
see.
go out and see. But it apparently is pretty popular now because it wasn't every Wednesday when it started.
Okay.
So I think they've kind of expanded it for more.
And with anything, things take time to get going,
Absolutely.
So definitely. Okay. So every Wednesday, 1:00, go on over for some craft time and just some good fellowship time.
Yeah, just hang out, talk through things. It's supposed to be beneficial therapy time.
Great. All right, then what's next? Oh my gosh, 7:20. How does that even happen? I do not know.
Next on the calendar is, let's see. It says on Saturday. It doesn't say what Saturday. Maybe Saturdays. Is the Legion Riders meetup
okay.
at the Post.
Okay.
But they do have a Facebook page, the American Legion Riders Post 45. If you need more info, they do have a Facebook page.
Okay. All right. What I'm going to do right now, since it's already 7:20, I am going to thank one of the people who make this show possible, and that is Chris Armitrott over at Valor Mortgage, one of our newest sponsors here on One Street Over. So, buying home is one of the biggest decisions you will ever make, so why settle for a lender who just treats you like another number? Valor Mortgage, they believe every home buyer deserves a team in their corner. So Chris Armitrott is our local guy. He's an experienced loan officer. He works so hard to get a solution that will fit your budget and your goals, from VA loans. Matter of fact, I think that's how we met him. But also FHA options, jumbo financing. He knows all of the tools to bring to the table. So you want to make sure that you give Chris a call. So whether you're buying your first home or refinancing or just want to invest in your future, Valor Mortgage is ready. So you can give them a call at 615-671-9178. That's 615-671-9178. And get pre-approved today, because when it matters most, you deserve a lender you can trust. Valor Mortgage, NMLS number 1210804, DBA of Encore Lending Group, NMLS 1249911, equal housing lender, subject to credit approval. Rates and terms subject to change without notice, not a commitment to lend. So thank you so much, Valor Mortgage, for being a sponsor on One Street Over. And we are here with Abigail Sacic from the Veterans Service Office. And they come in once a month to update us. But, like I said, this isn't just for veterans, because you need to be a resource to our veterans. So I want everybody to be sharing the show, sharing it also with all your veteran friends and your people who are support systems for your veterans, because many are not on Facebook, and or listening on the radio. And so we are the people that need to get this word out.
I don't know anyone that doesn't know a veteran.
Right?
So, and most people know and love a veteran from their family or friend groups.
Exactly.
So it's so important to get this.
And then just another reminder, I know that so many people are very good at saying, they see the hat or whatever, thank you for your service, but please thank them for your freedom, because that's what their service provided. 4th of July brought to you by our veterans, So anyway. Go ahead.
Let's see. On Tuesday, July 14th, is the American Legion Auxiliary Unit membership meeting. And that is at 6 p.m. on July 14th. And the social time is for the hour prior. So 5 to 6.
And that is the second Tuesday?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, because I know I used to have line dance on Tuesday nights.
Okay.
And so I couldn't go. Mm-hmm. But now I don't have to be back to the well until 6. So I could at least go for a little bit of social time. Because I know that some of the ladies have been asking me lately, like, why don't you ever show up? You're part of it. And I said, well, I teach line dance at 5:30. Well, now I don't have to be back until 6 for sign language. So, I think I will stop by, because it's important to be a part of that. And anybody who has you want to explain who can be in the American Legion?
Any
spouses, family.
family members. Yeah. Yeah. Anyone can.
And so another great resource for our veterans. And we have some wonderful, wonderful ladies in that. It could be spouse too, but there's some great ladies that are in there. So stop by the American Legion every second Tuesday at 5:00 social, 6:00 meeting starts.
Yes.
Okay.
Correct.
All right, moving right along.
On Saturday, July 18th. So that's going to be, I think, third Saturday of July. I have to check my calendar. What Saturday that is the VFW regular membership meeting. And that's in the morning. So the meeting starts at 9:30. Social time is 8:45 to noon. And then the meeting's at 9:30 to 1. And family is always welcome to attend with members to those meetings. Next thing on the calendar would be our every third Tuesday. So that's going to be July 21st this coming month, is the Coffee and Camaraderie meeting. And that is great social time. Me and Scott switch that off from the office so that we always have one of us there to kind of join in the discussion and answer questions and whatnot. So the Coffee and Camaraderie meeting is at the Credit Union for Robertson County off of Tom Austin Highway up in the conference room on the second floor. The time for that would be 8:30 in the morning to about 10 a.m. They don't limit us on time, but it starts at 8:30. And that is, it's such great social time. That's there's always good discussion that happens at that meeting. And the credit union sponsors that, and they bring the coffee and donuts and sometimes breakfast, but always donuts. That's the discussion is so good because it's not like a formal meeting. It's just kind of around a table chatting. And that's just great social and networking time. Talk about benefits, talk about service, all that stuff.
I imagine they can really learn a lot, when you hear other people's stories. I'm reminded of that. We had some folks get together last night, actually, because my sister and brother-in-law were in town. And so some of my friends heard about that, and they came by. And, I was listening to the discussion around the table, and it just reminded me how important it is to have fellowship time and how useful, people were getting all types of, oh, yeah, look, share that Amazon link with me. You really get to hear a lot of great ideas, that are pertinent to your location or your situation, So I could imagine, just having the veterans there and their families, whatever, just kind of, hey, you know what, this worked for me, and it's so important because I think, especially with electronics these days, so many of us just get stuck in our chair at home, either with, a tablet, a computer, or a phone, or the TV, and hours can go by, and really, it's fine to do that for a little bit, but you have to, everything in moderation, all of us can get sucked into scrolling forever, because that's what they have those videos, those 1 minute, just
scrolling. It's ridiculous.
So it's good to get out. So this camaraderie, I think that is a great idea to have an informal time where they can just chat and learn stuff. And, that could be one little piece of information can change your life. Kind of like, I have to tell you, since we have the whole hour, there's one last cell phone class this Thursday, 9:30 to 10:45. And
cell phone class?
Cell phone.
Okay, where is this? Who is this?
Yes, so this is at Well in the Square. Nick, the patient cell phone expert, is doing this class, and it's from 9:30 to 10:45 a.m. So you actually go inside Crossroads, go to the back ballroom. I've been to the first three, and this coming Thursday is the last one. They're $15 a class, but talk to me, and we'll do a special for any veterans that want to come this Thursday. I just want to tell you that I thought I kind of knew my phone, but all of us have learned something that has just like changed our life in this past 3 weeks. Just little things that you don't think about changing, on your phone. Even just simple things like, phone timeout time. Like mine was set to like 10 minutes and it's like, why? And I was wondering why my battery was always running out, and then this one lady's like, oh, mine was set to 1 minute. It would just always keep shutting off. Just little things like that. Like we know how to change that, but there's so many things going on in the world that it's hard to just pay attention to everything. So it's nice to have that hour and 15 minutes where we're just on our phone. We can ask Nick anything. He is so nice. Like no question is too dumb. And we can just fix stuff. Some of the ladies, it was so funny. This one lady hugged me the other day. She's like, you've changed my life. I'm like, well, I haven't, but Nick did, but it's just funny that our phones, there's so much. It's impossible to learn that. And another cool thing about the class is that he's showing Android and iPhones. And so, because a lot of us will have like a family member that has the other kind of phone, right? And they'll be like, here, help me or take a picture or whatever. And you're like, I don't know how to use this, So that's what's really cool is I've been learning how to use the other type. And that's useful. You can be a resource in the community, when you have those skills. And so I'm always about giving veterans discounts. So by all means, if you know anybody that's really having some cell phone problems, send them out. There's only one class left. And I have a feeling that
that's tomorrow. You said Thursday?
Thursday. Yeah, that's tomorrow. Yeah, I'm all mixed up in my brain because I had the last 2 days off because my sister was in town. Mm-hmm. So I told my husband this morning, I said, wasn't that a fun weekend? And he looks at me. He's like, today's Wednesday. I'm like, oh yeah, well, Monday, Tuesday was like a weekend to me because I took time off from work to be with them. Right. So yeah, my days, Linda is my assistant, Linda out there, who's awesome. She is going to have to help me with the Go Show because it's coming up next when I talk about calendar items. And I'm going to be totally thinking that today's Monday. So, but yeah, tomorrow, Thursday, the last cell phone 101 class. And don't worry, there's no judging there at all.
Is this going to continue? Is there going to be more classes?
If there are some, interested people, please let me know what time you would like the next class to be. Because I would love to continue it. I know Nick would love to continue it, but we do need to know what time, people want.
Best.
Yeah. Do you have any ideas what time your people might enjoy that? I assume when it's light out.
Right. I mean, as long as it's planned and we can put out the word.
Oh, okay.
I feel like people will plan around.
Okay.
Because most of our clientele is retired.
Right.
And the ones that would really be interested in this would probably be the older gen.
Right, right. Okay, well, I'm going to talk to Nick about that because that's a good point. I think we're seeing that with the sign language class too, is that, for instance, a lot of homeschoolers want to take sign language, but they want to know right now what are going to be the dates in August and September. They're like, oh, we want to plan it for then. So I think that's what I'll do because, and I did bring one of these for you, Abigail. I don't know if you have one of them, but this is our schedule for Well in the Square. Okay. And what we're doing over there is we're trying to do a lot of classes that will help everybody be more happy and more healthy. And when you look through it, you can actually see that there are quite a few free classes. And so we have a lot of stuff coming up. But again, we're going to be making a new schedule soon for fall. So y'all look through that. It's also online. You can go to the Well in the Square Facebook page. Look on that, see what classes. Maybe there's something that's passed, but you say, hey, I'm interested in taking this maybe on, after, 2:00 on Tuesday or whatever it is. Give us some ideas on where, what time and what days you would like to see and what classes. Maybe there's something not in there that would be useful for veterans. You can let us know because we actually have a lot of great instructors, a lot of great volunteers that are offering classes. And so we could maybe make one, if there's an area that you say, hey, we need this, then we can get one of our instructors to do that. And I'd love to be a resource for the community like that.
Okay.
So anyways, all of that came from the American Legion meeting, being a resource. Okay, what's next on the calendar?
I was going to say, if you come out with just email it to us.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and we can get those dates and kind of keep up with
all right.
Our Facebook page and putting stuff out there.
Great. And they do have a Facebook page, y'all.
We do. Robertson let's see, Robertson Co. Tennessee Veterans, I believe.
Okay, Robertson Co. Tennessee. I'm going to bring that up too, because that's a great, usually Facebook is so much faster to update stuff. I mean, back in the day, it was like go to everybody's website, but now it's like, go to their
Robertson
website.
Co. TN Veteran Services.
Okay, Robertson Co.
I
T.
always forget all the words because it's so like long and abbreviated.
Yeah. And I know that you'll find other ones out there, but this is the newest one.
Yes,
Okay,
Robertson Co. TN Veteran Services.
Okay, got it. And I just brought it up and I see it. Beautiful flag with sparklers on it. And there we go. The new and improved veteran service page. All right. And there you are.
Yeah,
Awesome.
I did share on that earlier.
Very good. So yes, so the show is on that page, today's show. So, and this show, guys, Facebook link is only good for 30 days. So now I know a lot of this is calendar stuff, so it wouldn't be, too pertinent after 30 days, but some of it's, like the appeal stuff. So if you need to send this show to someone with information that is, going to be needed down the line, you would probably want to share the YouTube link because that does not expire, or at least not as quickly as Facebook. Gotcha. So,
and if you need information on appeals, just call us. So we can answer any specific questions you might have.
Is that the 382-6506?
Yes, that's our phone number.
Okay, so it's 615-382-6506. Do the emails get checked as well as robertsoncountvyso@gmail.com? That's what's listed on the Facebook page.
Okay. I think that's the one that goes into our general inbox, and Gwen checks those. Okay. So that's our generic inbox.
Okay, so it's robertsoncountvyso@gmail.com. All right, getting back to Abigail.
You can also find us on the county website, and there's a form on there that it'll send an email to that inbox. So if you need a contact, that's on there too.
Oh, very good. Okay, so just the county government site?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
The last thing on the calendar was on July 30th, that's Thursday, is the garden club, the Greenbrier Garden Club at the Legion Post at 6 p.m.
Okay. Now, is that a veterans thing or is that a everybody thing?
I believe that's an everybody thing.
Okay.
It's just the Legion hosts it.
Oh, okay. All right. Very good.
Mm-hmm.
Have you been to that before?
I have not, no.
Okay. So it's just, what is the time on that?
6 p.m. on Thursday, the 30th of July.
All right. Very good. Now, something else happens over there at the American Legion on the second Monday of every month. Do you know what it is? The Tennessee Firearms Association.
Oh, yeah.
So we get to meet. You guys are so awesome and letting us meet over there. Caleb Stratton with the Tennessee Wildlife Resource Agency is going to be the speaker for the July meeting, and that is always the second Monday. How you can remember that is Second Amendment meets on the second Monday, and so that is Monday. Is that the 11th? I have to look that up. But yeah, that is a totally free event. It is a potluck. And we usually open the doors about 5:40-ish. And let's see.
Second Monday is the 13th.
Thank you very much. Second Monday is the 13th. There we go. It just came up. So the Robertson County TFA does have a Facebook page. So you can just type in Robertson County TFA. TFA is a statewide thing in Tennessee. So when you join the Robertson County one, you do get our email, but you also get the John Harris's email from the whole state chapter, which that's amazing because you get to see all the bills and everything that are up for being voted on, and all the new laws for the state of Tennessee. It's a great program. Everybody is volunteers with TFA, and it's a wonderful group. There's a lot of friends that are being made there, and sometimes people think like, oh well, the firearms group, it's gonna be all guys. Come out to our TFA. Linda knows, she's there. She always brings something fabulous. There's just as many ladies there as men. We have a great time. We have a lot of just a huge difference of speakers. Sometimes we'll have self-defense. Last time we had one of the trainers, he was amazing. He had so many great little tips on, defending yourself, making sure you always got your spray on you, and of course your gun on you. But we have a lot of great speakers, and of course Caleb, it's so great because all the the deer hunting, all that different dates coming up, for deer hunting and turkey shooting and all that. Caleb is the expert here, and so we always have Caleb out at least once a year. So Monday, July 13th will be the day Caleb comes. So again, doors open about 5:40. The potluck dinner starts at 6, and then 6:30 is when we start the program, and we are always out the door by 8 at the American Legion. All right. Was there anything else on the calendar?
Not on the calendar, no.
Okay. So I know that you have been working with veterans for a long time. So I'd like for people to kind of know a little bit about your background because it's so impressive, and you've been helping veterans for so long. I know that if I would be a veteran, I would be in, wanting to know who I was meeting with and knowing that, the experience and the heart that you have. So it goes way back.
It goes way back for me. So I initially started volunteering with the veteran group, the USVA, United States Veterans Alliance in Ashland City, which is where I grew up when I was 12 years old. So my mom was involved with veteran services and still is for the state today. But she started it with Cheatham County. And when she started with that and the USVA group, volunteering with helping prepare claims and whatnot, I just kind of got drug into that. Me and my brother went to these meetings a lot and would set up chairs and tables and pour sweet tea and whatnot. Mm-hmm. So we started really learning about and loving the group there. And I mean, that happened throughout my teen years. And that was very important. My great uncle was president of the USVA group. And so he was really big on helping veterans, and that was kind of where it started for us.
And that's so important, and I want to point that out and encourage parents and grandparents to be taking your kids, when you are volunteering, for these important groups, take your kids and get them involved at an early age. And don't be like, oh, hey, do you want to go? Just be like, oh, here we're going, because I hear some of my friends, they're asking their kids all the time, well, do you want to go? Well, most people in general, if it's something they've never been to, they will say no. And especially kids, they got their computer in their hand or whatever, do you want to go to this vet? They'll be like, no.
Especially now, kids love their screens at this point.
Yeah, they're too addicted to the screens. And so I just want to encourage y'all, just be like, oh, we're going, this is what we're doing. This is what our family's doing today. We're going to go support our veterans or support our,
It's a great way to teach kids and teenagers empathy and compassion and service for others. I think that's so important.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And there's nothing like experience to teach them that, because you can tell them, yeah, we owe our freedom to our veterans or this or that. But when they go and they get to meet them,
they see it, they talk to them, they meet them. Yeah. It's important.
Yeah, it is. So take your kids out. Don't just let them dictate what they're doing and just keeping the electronics in their hands. Just be like, we're doing this. We're going. Oh, this is a new thing. It's a surprise. Whatever. Get them out with you. Let them see what you care about, because, I feel like there's this big decline, in volunteerism and, with the younger group. I mean, even I'm a big volunteer person, but see, my mom was almost 40 when she had me, and she was a huge volunteer person. I mean, she did 4,000 hours at, after she retired, she did 4,000 hours at St. Jude Hospital. And so volunteerism has just always been in my blood, and I know it's because my mom, I mean, even as a kid, we took a red wagon around the neighborhood and picked up all the trash, we were always doing something. And, but that is going away. The younger and younger the parents are, and the younger the, kid. I mean, so, and matter of fact, this is a great time to bring up this life skills class, because it's not just for teens, it's also for adults. Stacy, I don't know if you know Stacy. She works at Crossroads Bookstore. And she's going to do a free class called Life Skills for Teens. And this is going to be Wednesday, July 8th, 2 to 3 p.m. And it says this class helps teens build confidence in everyday social and professional situations by learning skills such as introducing themselves, maintaining eye contact, active listening, basic etiquette, etc. It's for ages 12 and up, taught by Stacy Sides. She works over at Crossroads Bookstore, but she also attends Springfield Baptist, so some of you might know her from there. And she was just kind of noticing at some of the events that she noticed that the teens, just there were some skills lacking there, and so she said, I want to do this free class. And so I encourage you guys to help spread the word on this. And again, she's encouraging, the parents to come with so that you can reinforce what they've learned. And also some of the stuff that, maybe we didn't get taught, some little things that, we can integrate into our, daily lives. So I'm so glad that Stacy has offered this class. And that just kind of goes along with the whole, we need to be training kids to have that, compassion. And a lot of it just comes to if they're aware. And the only way they're going to become aware of some of this stuff is by bringing them along. And that's just so great that your, parents and your grandparents did that for you, because at a very early age, you had a really good education about what our veterans did and why we need to support them.
Absolutely. It's so important. And I'm really grateful that that's what my mom chose to do, was to take us along.
And so then after that, go ahead.
Sure. After those like teen years through school and whatnot, my first job while I was still in college was working as an admin assistant at the Cheatham County Veteran Services office. So I actually my mom was the VSO at the time, the Veteran Service Officer there, and one of the Veteran Service Officers, and I was the admin for the office. That was a really good experience too, because as a young adult at the time, it was like learning how to talk to people and answer the phone and like greet people and just make small talk with ones in the office or whatever. Like it's very beneficial for a young person to learn, and that goes along with the life skills that you're talking about. And after being an admin, my mom got a job at the state in the local appeals team she was the director of local appeals, and I ended up getting her job as a veteran service officer. So I was hired as an admin because I had all that volunteer experience. I knew the veterans already. And then after having experience at the office as an admin, I got the VSO job as well.
Nice. And how long have you been in Robertson County VSO office?
I was at Cheatham County for about a year as an admin and 2 years as a VSO, and I've been at Robertson County VSO for almost 3.
Really? Oh
yeah.
My goodness.
Isn't that wild?
Yes.
Yeah. It was August 2023. Yeah. So almost 3 years now.
Wow, that's great.
That's insane. But anyway, I have over 5 years experience now as in the VSO Veteran Services realm.
Very cool. Very nice.
Very exciting.
All right. Well, I do want to also thank another couple who has been very active in our community, and that is Barry and Rebecca Richards with Exit Prime Realty. They have been our sponsors here at One Street Over since day one, and they've been full-time sponsors. We really appreciate them making this show possible. They have so much experience that is just second to none. They've lived here almost 30 years now, so they know Robertson County, but they can also sell and buy in Kentucky, so not just Tennessee. So whether you're a first-time home buyer or somebody who just wants to find out what they're if they're ready to sell, or they want to sell their home or their farm, whatever it is, give Barry and Rebecca Richards a call. You can reach them at 615-504-7425. That's 615-504-7425. You can also email them at becky@sellwithbecky.com, and Becky is spelled Becky. They're with Exit Prime Realty, and I know that in the square, where it is just starting to really heat up over there in a great way. On Main Street, they now have an office there, which is a beautiful office, by the way. Have you been by the new Exit Prime Realty office, Abigail? You got to go. So when you're at Well in the Square, so it's Well in the Square, Crossroads, and I think like Access, and then Exit Prime Realty. And their windows are just beautiful. So get on by there to the square, introduce yourself, meet Barry and Rebecca Richards. If you haven't already, I know a lot of you already know them because they are very active in our community, and we really do appreciate them. So anyways, for all your real estate needs, go to Becky and Barry Richards. All right, so we're wrapping it up with Abigail from the VSO office. Tell them how to get to your office and where you're located.
Sure. Our office address is 502 8th Avenue East. If you know where you get your car tags at the office building there for the county, we're in the new plaza building directly behind there. So just up the hill across South Brown Street is our new Robertson County Plaza building.
That's right. I kept picturing it over there in the old place, but they're no longer in the building where you get your tags and where you vote. They're across the street in the beautiful where it says Robertson County Plaza.
And it's intimidating because it's just steps on the front. The very important handicap parking is around the back of the building.
Okay. Is that on the left side if you're facing the building?
Yeah.
If you're standing at the old office and looking at the new office, is the handicap on the left?
It's around the back.
Okay.
So if you go
So
out of the parking lot and around the back.
Okay, so you have to go out of the parking lot.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Did not know that.
That big staircase is on the front, and I think they did that to be pretty. But the handicap parking is on
And the ramp is in the back.
Yeah.
Okay. Good to know.
Yes. So many are like, they either have someone drive them and they walk in and say, is there handicap parking? Because he's in a scooter or
Have
whatever.
they thought of putting a big sign out there that says handicap parking with an
They have
arrow?
2 little signs on
they need a
either
big one.
side. They need a much bigger one.
They need a bigger one.
At least for our people. Like a
Tell
lot
them
of
that
people.
today.
Yeah. I know. They have 2 little signs and they're often
I've
missed.
never seen the signs.
Exactly. They're the little blue handicap that say back.
Yeah.
Like, come on now. Anyway, it's easy once you get back there. It's just up the ramp or whatever, and then hit the button and someone will buzz you in.
Okay.
So that's, yeah.
And I know that you recommend people getting in the system early. Like if you have not been there yet, you need to go and have a meeting, just an intro meeting, right?
Yes, we like to have that initial meeting in person, face to face, meet you, and you can meet us and see who you're working with. It helps us get you in the system, do our intake form and whatnot. And initially, you have to sign representation over so that we have access and can send stuff to VA for you. So that's important to at least come in once. Once you come in, they're always around this. We do home visits when needed. Some people can't come in. But if at all possible, we like to have people in.
And that's important because, sometimes these events come up and you need help fast. But if you are already in the system, you've already given consent and all of that, things can go a lot smoother.
It'll go smoother for sure. And if we're doing claims process, obviously we have other resources besides our claims stuff. That's just the main part of what we do. But if you want to get a claim started, it's important to get your intent to file in. That's the form that tells VA you're going to do a claim. That's what holds your date so that when you do a claim, have all the information and whatnot, it'll backdate.
Oh, okay.
So-
Very important. Get that date claimed.
It's important to get that intent date in there. So you can get in with us and we'll do it the same day that you're there. Or you can call it to VA if you just call their benefits line. The VA benefits line, should I give that number?
Sure.
Okay. It's 1-800-827-1000. 1-800-827-1000. And that's for VA benefits. And you can call in your intent to file and they'll do it right there on the phone.
Okay, very good. And other services that maybe people don't even think about for veterans, because I know that, if they are needing a ride somewhere or maybe they need some extra food. Did you want to mention any of that stuff that the American Legion does or?
Sure. We definitely have resources for getting you rides. Oftentimes we'll recommend Mid-Cumberland, but we're looking for resources right now that are just other resources, because sometimes Mid-Cumberland, although a good resource, they can take time to they'll pick up multiple people and stop at multiple places, kind of like a bus stop, right? So it can make it a long day, so we're in the works of looking for more resources for rides and whatnot.
Now, is that for like another company, or are you looking for volunteers to help drive?
We're looking at other companies at the moment. We don't have like a vehicle necessarily that's reliable to do rides for volunteering to give rides. But yeah, we're looking.
If people have their own cars and they want to volunteer to drive, is that something that you still do? I know you did that a while back. You had a volunteer form for drivers.
It hasn't been done since I've been there.
Okay.
I think it would be great to get that going again, but since I've been at the county, I've not seen that.
And, y'all can just, informally be talking to your friends and neighbors who are veterans, because, a lot of them are going into Nashville for, weekly treatments and things like that, and you may not be aware of that they're doing that, but a lot of times those rides can be a real hardship. And so talk to your friends and neighbors, especially if you, don't have a full schedule. Just be like, hey, I just want to check in. If you ever need a ride to something, here is my number. Let's put it in your cell phone right now. Can I get your number? Just be that helpful person, because, you never know. Like you said, the Mid-Cumberland, they kind of get backed up sometimes. And so if all the friends and neighbors out there could help their veteran friends and just be that backup, like, hey, please call me. I'd be honored to drive you,
Yeah, just be aware that there is a need out there. And I mean, all we can do is offer resources that come up. So if there are companies out there that want to be a resource, for sure.
Now, what about a food pantry? Do you take donations there on that kind of stuff, or?
Well, at the moment, donations would be fine, but
Or gift cards, grocery gift cards.
We do, if needed. We have Kroger gift cards. We have gas cards. And then we also keep a few food boxes. They're the food bags with perishables and non-perishables from, from Operation Stand Down.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they've been here on the show. But they have a great program where if you need, they do house deliveries with food and whatnot. But they also have hotspots where they'll drop off several and restock us. So we've offered to be that spot for them. And so if you need something, you can give us a call. And if you need more, want to be on their schedule to make rounds and drop food at your house, then we can get you in touch with them as well.
Oh, very cool. Awesome. And then also, if you want to volunteer, if you want to help the veterans in that, to drop off gift cards or gas cards, you could always drop that off at the Veteran Service Office.
Yeah, if you want to donate that'd be great.
So just think of that, whenever you're shopping, if you have some extra money and you want to be like, hey, let me just get a $25 gift card. Because I think Terry Wilson had said that was like the good amount is $25.
Yep, thereabouts, yeah.
So you can always get that extra gift card and just drop it off at the veterans, because if there was ever a group that has paid it forward and a group that we owe our freedom to live in America, it is our veterans, guys. They should be getting the best treatment of any group.
I believe that.
Yeah.
And it's an honor to do what we do. We serve those who served. And that's it's a fantastic.
And a lot of times when I thank our veterans for my freedom, and for serving, and they will say it was my honor, and it's like, it makes me cry. Anyway, I love our veterans. I love our Veterans Service Office. Abigail, thanks so much for coming on. One more time, give your phone number to your office.
Sure. It's 615-382-6506.
One more time.
615-382-6506. And that's the Roberts County Veteran Service Office.
And your hours and your address.
Sure. Our address is 502 8th Avenue East at the Roberts County Plaza building. And our hours are 8 to 4:30, Monday through Friday.
Awesome. Thank you so much. All right, y'all, stay tuned because the Go Show is coming up next with Lee Marie. That's me. And I'm going to be giving you some information and definitely a bunch of dates to add to your calendar. Thank you so much, Abigail.
Thank
We'll
you.
see you soon. Okay, guys, you've been listening to 1100 WSGI. This is Lee Marie filling in for U-Turn Laverne, but stay tuned because you're going to get a whole bunch of calendar information. God bless. Make it a great day, 1100 WSGI.